So our topic for today is user administration, guys. Okay, fine. So consider I am the business owner, Uday Gadiparthi. I am the business owner, own a company called UCS Infotech. Okay. So in my company, I have 20,000 employees are there. Okay. I have 20,000 employees are there. Okay. So what I decided is that to manage these 20,000 employees, I want to purchase ServiceNow product. Okay. To manage these 20,000 employees, I want to purchase ServiceNow product. Okay. So then what I have done? So UCS Infotech company went to ServiceNow company. UCS Infotech company went to ServiceNow company to purchase the ServiceNow product. So UCS has paid $20,000 to ServiceNow company. The ServiceNow company has provided ServiceNow URL, something like this one. Okay. So UCS Infotech has purchased the ServiceNow product to manage their employees. To manage their employees, UCS Infotech has purchased the ServiceNow product. Okay, fine. Well, guys, well, as UCS has purchased this ServiceNow product, all the UCS company employees should access the ServiceNow platform. All the UCS company employees should access the ServiceNow platform. So how these 20,000 employees will access UCS ServiceNow platform? Okay. To access this ServiceNow platform, every employee should have user account in the ServiceNow system. Okay. So if you go to the user administration, under user administration, you have roles here. You have users here. These users are nothing but company employees, UCS company employees. These users are nothing but UCS company employees. So in the UCS company, there are actually 820 employees are there now. Okay. So consider if everyone has to, let us say in the UCS company, there are 20,000 employees, right? If 20,000 employees have to access the ServiceNow platform, every employee should have account in the users. Okay. If every employee have to access ServiceNow platform means every employee should have account in the ServiceNow users. If an employee doesn't have user account in the ServiceNow system, they won't be able to access ServiceNow platform. Okay. So similarly, Ratan Tata, has TCS company. Okay. Under TCS, he has 4 lakhs employees. Under TCS, he has 4 lakhs employees are there. Okay. So to manage these 4 lakhs employees, TCS company will purchase ServiceNow product from ServiceNow company. Okay. So TCS has larger employee base, right? Then they will pay $1 lakh to $1 lakh to ServiceNow. Then then so ServiceNow company will provide this kind of URL to TCS company. Like let's assume this as tcs.servicenow.com. So if all the TCS employees should access the ServiceNow platform means, if all the TCS employees should access the ServiceNow platform means, okay, every employee should have user account. Every employee should have user account. So let us assume this ServiceNow belongs to TCS. So in the user administration under users, every employee should have account here. That means here 4 lakhs account should be there. If 4 lakhs employees have to access the ServiceNow platform. Okay. So, but in my company, there are 20,000 employees, right? If 20,000 employees have to access this ServiceNow platform, they should have 20,000 user accounts. Okay. So here you guys might have doubt. Here you guys might have doubt. So creating 20,000 user accounts is bit difficult, right? Manually creating 20,000 user accounts is bit difficult, right? So that is why we will upload the data using import XML, or we will upload the Excel sheet using import option. Okay. So instead of creating 20,000 accounts manually, we will upload the sheet. We will upload the sheet so that all the user accounts will be created automatically. Okay. So how to upload that sheet and all, there is a separate topic in coming sessions. In coming sessions, there is a separate topic called import sets. So how to upload that 20,000 records at a time in the ServiceNow system and all, we will be learning in coming sessions. Okay. So here we will not be creating the 20,000 user accounts manually. We will be uploading the sheet so that 20,000 accounts will get automatically created. Okay. So let us assume TCS company. TCS company has purchased the ServiceNow product. So if all the TCS employees have to access the ServiceNow platform, every employee should have account here. That means 4 lakhs account should be there here. So creating this 4 lakh accounts is bit difficult. So instead, what we will do is that we will upload that file. If we upload that file, 4,000 accounts will get created automatically. Then 4,000 accounts will be created so that 4,000, sorry, not 4,000, 4 lakhs employees will be able to access ServiceNow platform. Okay. So let us take my company as an example. So in the UCS Infotech, new employees have joined. Two new employees have joined. So let us assume their names as Bharat and Chamundeshwari. So these two new employees have got job in UCS. Okay. These two new employees have got job in UCS. So let us take Bharat as an example. Bharat has got job in UCS and Chamundeshwari job in UCS. They both got job in UCS, guys. Okay. Okay, fine. So as Bharat has got job in UCS, so after joining in, right, he want to access the ServiceNow platform. He want to access the ServiceNow platform. After Chamundeshwari joined in UCS, she want to access ServiceNow platform. If Bharat want to access ServiceNow platform, he should have user account in the ServiceNow platform. If Chamundeshwari has to access ServiceNow platform, she should have account in the UCS ServiceNow system. So I am going to create an account for Bharat and Chamundeshwari now so that you will be able to understand it better. Okay. So now I am actually creating a user account for Bharat now. Okay. So you go to the user administration here. Under user administration, you will be able to find a module called users. Okay. You have to create a user account here. Okay. So Bharat, right? I am actually creating an account for Bharat. Bharat B. The rate ucs.com. Okay. So now I am actually creating a user account for Bharat. I have created a user account for Bharat. Okay. So then I will actually set a password for Bharat as well. Generate the password, copy the password, save the password. So then now I created a account for Bharat now. Okay. So if Bharat has to access this URL, okay, let me just provide the credentials to Bharat here. So I am actually providing credentials to, this is the password for Bharat. This will be the login name for Bharat. Okay. So this is the login name for Bharat, and this is the password for Bharat. Okay. So here Bharat has to access this URL. So in the organization, everyone has to access the same URL. Okay. In the organization, everyone has to access the same URL. URL is common for everyone in the organization. Okay. Bharat will access the ServiceNow URL. He will use his credentials, like username is this one, password is this one, to log into ServiceNow platform. So sorry guys, there was a network issue. There was a network issue. Okay, now I am actually trying to log in as Bharat. Okay, so it is actually taking some time. Okay, let me just open the private window one more time. So this is actually UCS ServiceNow URL. So in this URL, Bharat has to provide his username and Bharat has to provide the password to log into UCS ServiceNow. Okay, so username is actually Bharat and password is actually this one. So it is difficult to remember the password, right? So that it will allow you to reset the password. Just clicking on login here. So for the first time, it will ask you to reset the password. So I am actually resetting the password for Bharat account. Okay, so now we will see Bharat is able to log into UCS service now. Bharat is able to log into UCS service now. You can see. So this is how employees in the organization will access ServiceNow platform. If an employee has to access ServiceNow, if an employee has to access ServiceNow platform, he should have account in the user table. He should have account in the users in the ServiceNow system. Okay. So let us take Chamundeshwari as an example. So Chamundeshwari has joined in UCS company and she want to access UCS service now. She want to access UCS service now. So then what we will do? We will create a user account for Chamundeshwari. Okay. So you go to the user administration, go to the users. So I am actually creating a user account for Chamundeshwari.
Hi, sir. Hello.
Yes, please.
Sir, instead of creating these users manually, we cannot import it from AD.
Yeah, that I'll actually explain you in a minute. Okay.
Yeah, because creating users, thousands of records manually is not, the recommended practice, right?
Yeah, I'll come to that point. Okay. I'll come to that point. Well, here I'm actually creating a user account for Chamundeshwari. Well, I'm actually setting the password for Chamundeshwari. I'm copying the password and save the password. So what we will do is that, so we will actually share these credentials to Chamundeshwari so that she will be able to access UCS ServiceNow instance. Okay, so this will be the login name. This will be the login name. And let me just take this URL here. So URL is common for everyone. Everybody has to access the same URL. Okay. Chamundeshwari use this URL, use this username and password to log into UCS ServiceNow instance. So let me just show you that. So let me just go to the private window. I'm logging out of Bharat. I'll be logging in as Chamundeshwari now. This is the password. This is the username. Okay. So for the first time, it will ask you to reset the password. Okay. Okay. So now you can see Chamundeshwari has logged into ServiceNow system. So guys, here what I'm trying to teach you here is that if an employee has to access ServiceNow platform, the employee should have user account in the ServiceNow system. Okay. The employee should have user account in the ServiceNow system. Now you guys can see, if you go to the users, Bharat and Chamundeshwari, they both have user accounts, so that they will be able to log into ServiceNow system. Okay. So I am actually explaining that if an employee has to access ServiceNow platform, they should have user account in the ServiceNow system. Okay. So here we created the user accounts manually, right? We created the user accounts manually, right? So in the organizations, so let us take Bharat as an example. So Bharat has joined in UCS. So Bharat has joined in UCS company. As soon as Bharat joined in UCS company, okay, Bharat joined in UCS company. As soon as Bharat joined in UCS company, so he will be created, or his account will be created in the Active Directory. You guys can ask me Active Directory. What is Active Directory? Okay. So Active Directory means, so when you join in the organization, you will get email access, you will get Teams access, you will get OneDrive access, you will get all the Microsoft related product access. You will get it, right? So how do you get this access? Is that, so how do you get this email access? How do you get this Teams access? How do you get this OneDrive access? Is that if you have the Active Directory account, then your account will be created. Okay, you will be able to access them. So for the first time, when you joined in the organization, HR will create an Active Directory account for you. HR will create an Active Directory account for you. So then what we will do is that, so we will actually pull your details into ServiceNow system from Active Directory. Okay. So in the ServiceNow system, there is a job. Okay. In the ServiceNow system, there is a job. So I'll show you that job. Okay. So this job will actually fetch the details. This job will actually fetch the details from the Active Directory, and it will create the user accounts for every new employee automatically in the ServiceNow system. This job will fetch the details from the Active Directory. So I will actually explain about this job in coming sessions, guys. Let us not go too much technical in this session. So this job, right? So this job will fetch the details for a new employee from the Active Directory into ServiceNow system. It will create the user account automatically. It will create the user account automatically. So once this job is executed, once this job is executed, so this data source will run. This data source will pull the details from the Active Directory. Okay, so this is actually LDAP. So this will actually pull the user details from the Active Directory. It will run this transform map. It will create the user accounts automatically. So how this job will run, how to create this job and all, we will be learning in coming sessions. Okay, instead of manually creating the user accounts, so a job will actually pull the details from the Active Directory. It will automatically create the user account in the ServiceNow system. Suppose Bharat has joined today. So on 14th, he has joined in the UCS company. As soon as he joined in the UCS company, HR will create a Active Directory account for Bharat. As soon as the Active Directory is created for Bharat, right? So next day, immediately in the ServiceNow, a job will run. That job will pull Bharat details from the Active Directory and it will create a user account in the ServiceNow system. That we will be learning in coming sessions. Is that clear? Somebody has asked this question.
Yes, sir.
Clear, right?
Yeah. So for example, let's say for an instance, Bharat ID is pulled from the AD, and for let's say for instance, after a day or two, there is a change in his account. Okay, there was some mismatch or there was some misconfiguration. So does the system automatically retake all the changes,
So it will allow you to
or will
modify
there be
your
any
first name.
duplication?
No, there will never be a duplication. So it will allow you to modify few details like first name, last name, mobile number. So rest of the details you have to contact HR. That will be updated in the Active Directory. If it is updated in the Active Directory, that will automatically be updated in the ServiceNow system. May I know your good name?
Okay. My name is Arif, sir. My concern
Arif.
was that, let's say there is an incorrect email account, okay, and the new employee, onboarded employee, have noticed that, there is some mismatch in the email account, and after a day or two, he realizes and he goes to the exchange team or the AD team.
So
So, I
you will
mean,
get
like, will there be a duplication or because
there
if
will
the
never
email account changes,
there
the
will never
first
be a
name,
duplication.
like you said, first name and second name are same, but there is only a change in the email account.
Yes. So here, right? Here, email address is not the unique value in the ServiceNow system. User ID is the unique value in the ServiceNow system. Like you have employee ID, right? Employee ID is unique for everyone, right?
Correct, yes.
Based on the employee ID, we will be creating the unique records in the ServiceNow system. So let us say if your email address is changed, so it will pull the email address from the Active Directory. The email address will be changed here in the ServiceNow system as well.
Okay.
Got my point? Can
Yeah,
you
yeah.
please
I thought
rename yourself? Can you please rename
Arif,
yourself?
Arif,
No,
Arif.
no, no. But in the chart, it is showing here as iPhone.
Yeah, yeah, sure,
Arif, I will allow you to ask the questions in the end of the session, okay? Because it
sure,
will
sure.
deviate the
The issue
process.
is, I mean, yeah, correct. But at the end of the session, we might forget the exact question. So then and there itself, it's better to have. That's why I've
Yeah,
asked.
definitely. We will allow you to ask the questions in coming sessions, definitely. But in the initial days, right, we should not actually confuse everyone. We should not confuse the new learners. They should understand everything clearly. Okay. See, you are an
Correct,
experienced person. You are an experienced person. You know the technical terms, but they don't know the technical terms, right? If I directly explain them, they won't be able to get it. If I explain them in a layman language, they will be able to understand it. Okay, let us not deviate others. Let us make understand everyone.
correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
See, whatever the technical terms that you speak, right? They might not aware.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So that is why we need to keep everything in the layman language. We have to take them to the we have to get them to our level gradually, not in a single day. Okay, that is what I am actually thinking. We'll definitely allow you to ask the questions in everyday session. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So if an employee have to access the ServiceNow platform, guys, they should have user account in the ServiceNow system. If they don't have the user account, they won't be able to access ServiceNow system. Okay. So how to create the user accounts and all, everybody is clear, right? Okay, fine. So now let me just go to the user administration. Under user administration, you have groups here. So groups are nothing but groups are nothing but M groups are nothing but teams in the organization. Every organization has teams, right? So if you take TCS organization, if you take any organization, employees will be working as teams. In every organization, employees will be working as teams. So every team is nothing but group in the ServiceNow system. Every team is nothing but group in the ServiceNow system. Let us say there is a Salesforce team. Let us take there is a team called Salesforce admin team. Okay. So for that team, I'm actually creating a ServiceNow account in the ServiceNow system. I am making Bharat as a manager. Okay. So team email address. So every team has team email address, right? So that team email address you will provide here. Okay. So if this team has any header team, so if this team has any higher team, so that team you will actually select as parent team here. So let us make ServiceNow developers as parent team for ServiceNow Salesforce admin team. Or we will create a ServiceNow admin team. You can also provide the description as well here. Okay. So that means this group is already there. ServiceNow admin team is already there. Salesforce. Let us not make ServiceNow developers as parent for this particular group. So I am creating a invalid update. Record has been deleted as you no longer have access to read. Let me just create one more. Bharat. Okay. So I'm just creating a group here. Group is nothing but a team. Group is nothing but a team. So every team has team members, right? Then I'm actually adding team members here. You can go to the group members. Group members are nothing but team members. So click on edit here. I am actually adding Chamundeswari. I'm adding Chamundeswari. What is the name that I used for Chamundeswari account? Okay, Chamundeswari, Carol, Chad. I'm actually adding all these members to this particular group. Cindy, Chirag. Okay, see, I have added all these employees to this particular team. I have added all these employees to this particular team. So you guys can ask me, only there is manager option, there is no team lead option. So you can create that field to add the team lead. So I am actually creating one field for you. Okay. I'm creating one field for you, but I will teach you how to create the field on the form and all separately. Just understand that I'm creating a team lead field. Okay, this team lead field I am showing just below the manager. Okay, from next time onwards, right? When they are actually creating the group in the ServiceNow system, along with the manager, they will also provide the team lead name as well. So team lead, I am here making as Uday Gadiparthi as team lead here. Okay. So from next time onwards, when you are creating the group, you will also select. You will also be selecting manager, and along with the manager, you will also be selecting team lead as well. Okay. So like every organization has teams, right? Those teams are nothing but groups in the ServiceNow system. Okay. Everybody is clear, right? Groups are nothing but teams in the organization. Is that clear for everyone? Hello. You guys can unmute yourself.
Yes, Uday.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
Uday.
but one thing, Mr. Uday.
Yeah, please.
So these support groups are different from the AD groups, right?
No, both are same.
No, in AD also we have a distribution list. I mean the distribution groups. So are these the same?
Yeah, same. We'll get the groups from the Active Directory as well.
Okay.
So
Because
there is
here we are creating in the system now. Right now we are creating in the ServiceNow Snow system. Okay, so this will replicate it again in the AD these groups, or is this vice
whatever
versa?
you create in the ServiceNow system, that will not be replicated in the Active Directory. Whatever are there in the Active Directory, that will be replicated in the ServiceNow system. Okay.
Okay, but
So there is a
so that
job,
means this.
as I told you.
Yeah, please.
So in here you can see this is actually the one which will actually import the users. This will actually import the groups from the Active Directory. Okay. Fine. So if you go to the user administration again here, you have roles here. So roles are nothing but permissions. Roles are nothing but permissions. So here, let me just go here. So when I say users, users are nothing but employees. If employees have to access ServiceNow platform, they should have user account. Okay, fine. So groups are nothing but teams in the organization. Role is nothing but permission. This is an important one, guys. So, okay. So let us take Bharat has joined in the UCS company and his Active Directory account is created, and in the ServiceNow system job has run, Bharat account is created automatically. As the SSO is enabled, Bharat is able to access ServiceNow platform. So if the user account is there for Bharat, okay, so Bharat has user account is there. Let me just go to the users. Bharat has user account is there, but Bharat has no permissions. If you take a look at here, Bharat has user account. Bharat is able to log into ServiceNow. Bharat has no permissions here. If I scroll little down, here Bharat has only SNC internal role, which is very basic role. He doesn't have any roles here. Roles are nothing but permissions. He doesn't have any permissions. He can just log into ServiceNow system, and after logging into ServiceNow system, he can't access applications within ServiceNow platform. Okay. See, having user account is nothing but authentication purpose, just providing username and password to log into ServiceNow system. After logging into ServiceNow system, you should have permissions to access applications within ServiceNow. So you have user account, but you don't have permissions. You can just logging into ServiceNow system, but after logging into ServiceNow system, you can't access the applications if you don't have the permissions. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, Uday.
Okay. So I am actually granting Bharat to admin permission here. I'm just granting admin permission to Bharat here. Okay. So that Bharat will be able to access the applications now because Bharat has permissions now. So similarly, I am actually creating an account for Chamundeshwari now. Okay. So for Chamundeshwari also I am granting the permission. So Bharat has permissions now and Chamundeshwari has permissions now. As both have permissions, they'll be able to access applications within ServiceNow platform as well. So they have the user account. Along with the user account, they also have permissions so that they will be able to access applications within ServiceNow system. What are those applications? So you can see you have a lot of applications here within ServiceNow. If they have to access all these applications, they should have permissions. If they don't have access to, if they don't have permission, they won't be able to access these applications. Okay. Okay. But ServiceNow is telling that don't add permission to individual users. So here I have added a role to individually for Bharat. I have added role to individually for Chamundeshwari. So ServiceNow is telling that don't add permissions to employees. Okay, don't add permissions directly to employees. So I am actually removing the role to employee here. Okay. So I am also removing the role for Chamundeshwari as well. Okay. So then what is ServiceNow is recommending? So what ServiceNow is recommending? So ServiceNow is recommending add roles to groups. Okay, we have created one group, right? Under user administration, we have created a group. So add role to the group is what ServiceNow is recommending. If you add a role to the group, right, all the team members will get access automatically. If I add a role to this team, right, here if I have to add a role to this particular team, so that all the team members will get permission. So let me just add Bharat as well here. Okay. So ServiceNow is recommending add role to groups. Instead of adding role to individual members, adding role to the group is a good practice, is what ServiceNow is recommending. So now I am actually adding permission to group here. So if I add permission to group, okay, so all the group members will get permissions. All the group members will get permissions. Now I will check here to the Bharat. So we removed the role to the Bharat, right? Now we will check Bharat is added the role or not. Bharat is added the permission. Similarly, you go to the Chamundeshwari account. Chamundeshwari doesn't have any role, right? Now Chamundeshwari has got the permission. Okay, if you add a role to the group, group members will get the permissions automatically. If you remove the role from the group members will lose the access automatically. Okay. So now I have actually removed the permission from the group. Now I will check Bharat has permission or not. So Bharat also lost the permission. Similarly, we will check Chamundeshwari lost the permission or not. So Chamundeshwari also lost the permission. So that means if you add a permission to the group, all the group members will get access. If you remove the permission from the group, all the group members will lose the permission. Okay. So let me just add the permission to particular group. Okay, so now all the team members will get the permission. Okay, suppose here Bharat has got job in other company and Bharat is actually leaving the organization. As he is leaving the organization, his account will be inactivated in the Active Directory. As soon as it is inactivated in the Active Directory, his account also will be inactivated here. Okay, his account also will be inactivated here. So once this account is inactivated, okay, once this account is inactivated, what his manager does is that his manager will actually remove that guy from this particular group. Okay, his manager will remove this guy from the group. Okay, So Bharat is already removed from the group. I think Bharat is not there in this group. Bharat is already removed from the group. So once Bharat is removed from the group, Bharat will lose the access. So here Bharat account is inactivated, right? So now we will check Bharat has lost the permissions or not. Likewise, once the user account is inactivated, he should lose all the permissions. So that is why what we will do, we will actually manually remove that guy from the group. So once we remove that from group, what will happen is that he will lose the access automatically. Okay. So here what I have done is that once this account is inactivated, this guy will be removed from all the group. That is what the logic that I have written in the back end. I will show you that logic. Okay, once the account is inactivated, the member should be automatically removed from all the groups. So once this account is inactivated, so that means account will be inactivated in the Active Directory. That will become inactivated automatically in the ServiceNow system. In the ServiceNow system, once the account is inactivated, so this job will run. Okay, this job will run in the backend. This job will actually remove the member from all the group automatically without any manual intervention. This job. See, if I scroll little up here, you can see the condition. No, this is not the one. Yeah, this is the one. Created this job. See, active is false. So where user record is active is false. So that means when I make it as active false here, this flow designer will run. This flow designer will remove user from all the groups, and then it will actually remove user from all the groups. So once the user is removed from the group, he will lose the permission automatically. So likewise, guys, the adding role to the individuals is not a good practice. Adding roles to the group is a good practice, because if you add a role to the group, all the group members will get permissions. If you remove the role from the group, all the group members will lose the access. If any member left the organization, so his name will be removed from the group. Once the name is removed from the group, roles will be automatically removed for that user. Okay. Is that clear, everyone? Hello? Are you guys with me?
Yes, Uday.
Harif,
Yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah,
clear, right?
I have a slight confusion here.
So what is good practice?
You
Is
want
it
me to?
adding? What is good
No,
practice?
because see, like you said, adding user to the, I mean, the group. What I recommend is adding the user individually would be the good practice, because let's say certain users I do not want to give modify access. Let's say there is an asset role, okay, asset role wherein in the asset role you are giving permission for modifying, viewing, or editing assets, okay. So if you give permission for the entire group, then the entire group will have the access to modify that asset. So I want only one or two members, let's say team leader or supervisor, to modify that asset. I do not want the entire team to modify the asset.
Yes, that is.
You
I
have
have
a lot of
solution.
roles like this. I mean, I just gave you a simple example. Likewise, viewing solution, problems, incident,
Yes,
editing
let me
any
answer you,
incident or
Harif.
anything.
Arif, here
Yeah.
it is not at all a good practice, whatever you are actually suggesting. Here, adding roles to the individuals is not a good practice in the ServiceNow system, because if you have to grant permissions, special permission to the management, create a separate group for them and add special roles to that particular group. So that is the good practice. It is not good practice to add individual roles to the employees, because ServiceNow is subscription based. Okay. So here ServiceNow company will check how many roles are actually used by how many employees. Let us take admin role should be, so when ServiceNow is actually let us say when UCS is purchasing ServiceNow product, they will have an agreement. Okay, you have actually taken the subscription, only 20 admin roles you have to use it. Only 20 admin roles. So if you use beyond 20 admin roles, right? What will happen? So they will actually charge extra amount. So if they charge extra amount, right? So if you use beyond 20 subscriptions, 20 admin roles, you will have to pay extra amount. So whenever an admin left the organization, immediately we will remove the role for him. So that ServiceNow will not count that. Okay, to manage the licensing, we will not actually add roles to the individuals. We will be always adding roles to the group. Okay. So in any organization, no organization follows adding roles to the individuals. Okay.
Okay.
So it is best practice to add roles to the groups, and as well as you told you, if you have to grant only limited permission to specific people, you have to create a separate group for them. If you want to grant special permissions to management, you have to create a separate group for them. It is all about creating
But
the groups and
correct. What you can I interrupt you?
yes, please.
Yeah, there are certain roles in the system, okay, which are not editable. Likewise, right? I mean, those are system defined roles which are not editable. So
Yes.
in that case, what do you give individual access or group access?
There is no concept of adding roles to the individuals.
Okay.
You have to create a separate group for it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So no organization will allow employees to grant the roles to the individuals. See, let us say if an employee is trying to add a role to the individuals, let us take ServiceNow admin. If ServiceNow admin is actually trying to add the roles to the individuals, if management checks that, right, so they will actually definitely question the employee. They will question the ServiceNow admin. Why are you adding roles to the individuals? Okay. So that is why it is always best practice to create the new group and add permission to that group, and adding the members to that group is a best practice. Okay. So I would request you guys to create 5 user accounts, guys, in your personal developer instance. So hope everybody has the personal developer instance. Everybody has personal developer instance, right?
Yes.
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 Okay. So in your personal developer
Yes,
instance,
sir.
I would request everyone to create five user accounts with your family members names. Okay. That is actually one task. Second task is actually create one group. Add all the 5 members to that particular group. Okay. That is actually another task that you have to do. So third one is actually add permission to only group. No, do not actually add permissions to the individual users. Add permissions only to the group, and check every person has got the permissions individually or not from the group. Okay. This is the task for today, guys. So Shiva is asking, is there any limit of adding users creating groups in organization? There is no limit, Shiva. So only we have to consider limitation is actually about using roles. So admin roles should be admin roles. Okay, we can use only these many admin roles. ITIL roles, we can use only these many ITIL roles. So like that, we have limitations with the permissions. We don't have limitations for creating the user accounts. We don't have limitations for creating the group accounts. Only we have limitations is that admin role should be assigned to these many members. ITIL role should be assigned to these many members. Beyond that, our company has to pay extra amount to ServiceNow company. Clear, Shiva?
Do we have any limitation on the technician who is resolving the ticket?
Yes,
I mean, it's a license based, right?
yes, we do have. That is actually based on the
What
subscription that you are taking. If you are taking
what is the technical term for the technician in service
ITIL,
now?
ITIL.
No, the technician, like the caller is the technical name for the end user. The technician
See,
technical
service
name.
desk people, right? You are asking.
Any could be any network team, NOC team, any team,
Yeah.
any
So
team.
IT,
Whoever is using the or resolving the request.
so that person is actually ITIL technician. In ServiceNow system, we call them as ITIL technician.
Okay. So we have a limitation on ITL technician, right?
Yes.
So we don't have any limitation on the user, end users.
No, we can create as many users as you can.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions from anyone, guys? Bharat, Chamundeshwari, Harika, Jayanti, Kiran, Krishnaveni, Harif.
No, sir.
Yeah, guys, please. Hello.
Hello.
So you guys are able to understand the things that I'm explaining, right? Everyone?
Yes, Uday.
I mean, it is in
Hello,
a
Uday.
simple language, right? Yeah, Shiva.
Yeah, does ServiceNow charges for anything for a user or for any organization?
No, for user accounts and all, they don't charge. They will actually
Okay,
charge only based on the permissions.
Okay. And in a topics list, can you show me what are the comes under admin and what comes under development?
So Shiva, I think when we were discussing the demo, right?
Yeah.
I told you one example. What is that example? Is that as a company owner, I'll hire. Let us say I'm a car company owner. Let us say I'm the owner of Mahindra car company.
Yeah.
Okay, here I will hire 3 people. I'll hire 3 people. One is actually implementer who will design the car. Car models and all will be designed by this implementer. And another one is actually the developer. He is actually the manufacturer of the car. Another one I will actually hire is that admin. Admin is nothing but service guy. Service guy is nothing but is called mechanic. So here implementer should have knowledge on each and every part of the car or not?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Even manufacturer should have knowledge on each and every part of the car or not?
Yeah. He should have.
Admin also should have knowledge on each and every part of the car or not? Mechanic also should have knowledge on each and every part of the car or not? So similarly, ServiceNow admin also should have knowledge on each and every part of the ServiceNow platform.
Okay.
It is not about there is separate topics for admins. There is no separate topic for developers. Everybody should learn each and every feature of ServiceNow platform.
So actually, scripting comes under with admin also. He should learn scripting also.
Yes, even admin also should learn everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
See, when I say admin, you just remember mechanic.
Yeah.
Can mechanic repair the bike without knowing each and every part of the bike?
No.
Can mechanic repair the car without knowing each and every part of the car?
No. He should know. Everyone should know everything.
Yeah, even though you want to become a ServiceNow admin, you should have knowledge on each and every part of the ServiceNow platform. Okay. You got an idea, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Any questions from anyone?
Yeah, Uday. I have one question. So usually, whenever admin team receives any requirement, for example, creating a new user or creating a group, then admin has to create the details first in AD, and then that should be synced to ServiceNow, right? That is the flow, right?
No. So you join in the organization. Let us say you are the one who got job in TCS company. Okay. HR will create the Active Directory account. Okay. So
Okay.
once HR created the Active Directory account, you will get permission to use the email address, the TCS email address, and you will get permission to use TCS Microsoft Teams, and you will get permissions to use OneDrive. You will get permissions to use all the Microsoft products. Okay. So once your Active Directory account is ready, then you will get permission to Outlook. You will get permission to OneDrive, Teams. You will get permission to all the Microsoft products. Okay. So then next day, what happens is that in the ServiceNow system, there is a job that will run.
Okay.
That job will pull the details from the Active Directory. It will create the user account automatically.
Okay.
Got my point?
Yeah.
So that is how user account is created. Okay. So normally this is actually automation. This is actually automation. So let us say some organizations, they don't have automation. They don't have Active Directory. So they don't have, they are not actually pulling the user accounts from the Active Directory. So they are actually importing the data. So they have Excel sheet. So using Excel sheet, they can actually upload their user accounts in the ServiceNow system from here. So you can go here, you can just click on import. So you will have to upload that Excel sheet here. So after uploading the Excel sheet, right? So user accounts will get created here.
Okay. So user details will be there in Active Directory, and whatever the groups needed to add, that should be added in ServiceNow as per the requirement, right?
Yes.
And for roles, I mean, the permission. So whenever, I mean, any person or any user wants any permission, that first we need to add that user in the group, and then, I mean, the user will get the permission as per the group roles, right?
Yes.
So
Okay.
that will be the best practice.
Yes. I have to give you one clarification here. So as a ServiceNow admin, we will not be creating the user accounts. We will not be creating the group accounts. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So who will be creating the user accounts? Who will be creating the group accounts is that, as we discussed already, from the Active Directory, user account will be automatically created. That is one thing. By uploading Excel sheet, we'll be creating the user account. Another thing. Okay. So user accounts are already there, means every manager can add the employee to the group. Every manager can remove the employee from the group. Okay. So manager's responsibility is actually adding new employee to the group and adding removing the new employee from the group. So that is actually manager's responsibility. Okay. So like every manager manages the teams, right? So likewise, he will manage the teams in the groups. I mean, he will manage the groups in the ServiceNow system. So as a ServiceNow developer, it is not your responsibility to create the user account and adding the users to the groups. So create the user accounts is actually Active Directory's responsibility, and adding the members to the groups is actually manager's responsibility. Okay.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. So hope everybody is able to understand the things better, guys, in a simple language. Am I using high level language? Guys?
No.
Okay, then fine. Okay, guys, it's time to say happy weekend. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Uday.
You on Monday. Thank you all. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.